Hey Eric,
Hey, Curtis.
hey, how you doing?
I'm doing
How's it
I'm
been?
doing okay. It's been okay. It's been good overall.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a game to show you today. It's called Odin Sphere.
You have it to show it to me today or 10 years ago?
Well, this is updated. It's a new version. This is Odin Sphere Leifthrasir.
Is that the official
I
pronunciation?
believe so. I think so.
Okay.
I looked it up a few months ago, and I'm feeling confident that that's the way you say it.
Okay.
So we're gonna look at kind of the early goings of this game. We're gonna skip a lot of the story stuff, but uh, review hopefully up around this time or in the next few hours. We'll see. It really all depends on how much I can get done tonight.
Nice.
But here we are. So I'm in this like little, I guess we'll call it a hub area.
Yeah.
There's this little girl. She's got her cat Socrates. We're gonna let him go though.
Okay.
We're gonna get down off this chair.
Oh, cool.
So basically, there are 5 playable characters in this game. You start with the Valkyrie, Gwendolyn.
Uh-huh.
So we can pick up this book and we can take it over to the chair, and then we can dig in.
What
We
an
can start reading all about
awesome
Gwendolyn.
player select screen.
Yeah. So as you play, as you progress and complete each character's story arc, more of those books will show up, and you'll be able to learn about other characters.
That is so cool.
And so here's Gwendolyn.
Uh-huh.
And she's the first of the 5 playable characters.
Uh-huh.
She's the daughter of this King Odin.
Of course, yeah. She's a Valkyrie.
So yeah, so here's a few things to know. So here's kind of your skill set as you're
Whoa.
progressing through the game. You'll be finding, you have to kind of seek these out. So you have to find them in different hidden locations.
Okay.
Or by completing different battles, and there are different skills that you'll learn throughout the game.
What are they? They look like top hats.
Oh, I guess they kind of do. They're more like pedestals.
Oh, okay.
Some of these have these like books on them, but you got that, and then also you've got some other like passive skills you'll learn. You have some equipment. We don't really have anything right now. And then very quickly, if you look at story, this actually shows you kind of character by character where each scene takes place.
Okay. Oh, is that
So we actually
chronological
start at,
order?
like, yes, this is so. I mean, before I review this, the reason why it might not go up immediately is because when I beat the game, which I'm close to doing, I want to go and find some sort of resource to read through chronologically what the heck is going on.
Sure, sure.
Because it's kind of rough.
So it's not made
playing
apparent
through the way it's
how.
You can kind of piece things together, but there's a lot of things that I'm like, I don't really know what's happening right now. Or like, there are things that will happen, but because it's a different character, it's happening before other things that I've already seen. It's weird.
Do you ever
weird. So
explicitly meet the other characters?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So.
And those instances are pretty interesting because more often than not, you have context for what each character's motivations are in those specific scenes. So you kind of are able to see both sides in a way.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say this. So this is coming from Atlas, yeah.
Yes. So this is I mean, Atlas published Vanillaware.
Vanillaware, that's who it is. They also did
Yep.
Muramasa Rebirth.
Yeah. So the thing with this game is there is a classic mode, so you can kind of play it with the updated graphics and the way that the battle system originally worked. But this, from my understanding, is actually closer to Muramasa, where they've taken and updated the battle system quite a bit.
It looks like it.
Apparently. All right, so we get after each like confrontation, you've got a score, you got your rank, S ranks, A, B, whatever. I found this game even on normal to be pretty easy.
Interesting.
So maybe if you like, I'm not too concerned about that, but if you want to like be challenged, you should start on hard. Because even towards the end of the game, normal is not difficult at all, and I am very rarely not getting S ranks with little effort.
Okay.
So maybe keep that in mind if you're wanting more of a difficult challenge here.
Sure. Oh God. This map is interesting.
Oh yeah. So we'll look at that in a second. Actually, well, let me unlock the full map because you can buy it from a vendor.
Okay.
And then we'll look at the whole.
How do
thing.
you like the what is it, Defender style map on the top?
Oh, I like it. I like that a lot because especially like in battles, it's kind of easier to see like if they're off screen, if you can see if an enemy's to the right or left, and that kind of helps keeping up with your combo. But from what I understand, the original game, like, gameplay-wise, wasn't great.
Okay.
Or at least from what I've read from other people online, that, you know, that could vary, really, depending on so many different things. But it definitely seems like one of the big drawing factors is the fact that they've taken kind of the Muramasa battle system and applied it to this game. And it's great. Or, well, it is great for a while. I brought this up to you before I started.
Yeah.
So you're switching to 5 different characters as you're progressing. So you beat Gwendolyn's story arc, and then you go back. You're at level 1 with a brand new character, different skill sets. They play fairly differently.
Really?
But eventually, you're running through the same like 6 or 7 different areas, and you're fighting the same mini bosses and the same bosses and the same enemies. And so eventually, it just kind of gets old.
Okay.
But that said, like, presentation-wise, this, you know, they're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Of course.
It looks pretty incredible. The story time action.
Yeah.
Huh.
So okay, so we're at the rest area. So at the rest area, you can do a few different things. One of which is you can find a shopkeeper over here. We can buy an area map.
Nice text boxes too.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. Are they working on anything currently?
I think they do have a game announced. There's like I want to say it's like a mech thing.
Yeah, let me check.
Because it was announced. I think it was announced at TGS. Maybe not. I don't think it was the most recent TGS. I think it was the one before then. I'm pretty sure they announced a new game, but I don't think there's really been any news on it since then.
13 Sentinels.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Wow, it's got PlayStation Vita
so here is,
and it's listed consoles.
So here's the map, and because this is the first chapter, it's pretty simple. Things get pretty complex later on. They're a lot bigger. They start branching more.
Yeah.
But you kind of see how it's all set up. You've got different rooms, and so some of them are battle arenas, and they'll have a star rating of how difficult they are. It'll show you where certain items are.
Ooh.
So that item right there is like a
blue egg,
something we can equip.
Yeah.
Yep. We've got a cyclone bottle that we can use. That's a kind of a magic attack. There's some chests. There's another accessory. There's a recipe right there, and then there's the boss.
So, quick question.
That's kind of how.
Does that bottle? Does the liquid in the bottle move according to you moving the map? Check that out again. Or is it constantly moving?
No, I don't think so. I think it's constantly moving.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I wish it did. I wish you were right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so here's
What is that?
Kind of your ring. So here it's split up into multiple different categories, some of which we're not seeing now. Here's the mulberries. So the way you level up in this game.
Oh, it gives you X.
Other than just attacking enemies and killing enemies, you're eating food.
Of course.
That will heal you and also give you experience.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like salt.
So that's, yeah. So you got that. You got some healing tonics. So some of these are healing. Some of these will do like magic spells, like cyclones and fire damage and all like poison damage. Some of it will like blind enemies and stun them. Mandragoras we don't have. That's for mixing. You can do alchemy, so you can find like empty bottles that you can mix with mandragoras to make different potions. And then we have seeds, which I mean, I think I might be able to buy some of this stuff here and show it off really quick.
And this is
here's a mulberry seed.
This was originally 2007.
Yeah.
So it was before the crafting craze, back. Right? Where like every game had crafting.
It started it all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we wouldn't go that far, but...
Right. So we planted the seed. So if you see the top right, there's that like purple diamond.
Yeah.
We get 21 of those. Those are phosons.
Oh, of course.
So we can use those. We can spin them to grow our plant here.
Oh, man.
And that's going to grow more food for us.
Does it matter where you plant the plant? Like, does it go to different rest areas?
You can plant it wherever.
Okay.
Doesn't not matter, yeah.
What's the point of planting?
So it grows food.
Okay. Over and
then you
over?
can eat that food to level up. Oh, just once.
Then why don't they just give you the food?
Well, some of them don't necessarily grow food. They grow different types of food.
Okay.
But I think it's also because like you're spending those phosons on it, which you can also spend to level up your different skills.
Okay, all right. That makes sense.
So here's my everyone. These ciphers, these are like gems that are very, very important to the story. So they're all using weapons that have these ciphers on them. So you can use these phosons to level that up, or to level up any of these skills. So I think that might kind of play into it.
Sure.
Like you've got to kind of, you know, consider all of your different options. So let's keep going.
That's cool. I like that Phozon has a Z in it.
Yeah. Cipher skills. Okay. Yep. More tutorials.
You got them. You know it, right?
I know.
Phozon Prism, obviously.
But that's good. I was hoping we would get a skill soon so we could kind of show a little bit more of the combat. Because you can easily button and mash your way through this, like I said, and especially on normal and easy, you could, I mean, both those difficulties, you can kind of mash your way through and get mostly S ranks and A ranks without too much difficulty. Some bosses are a little harder, but I think if you're gonna play on hard, you'll want to make good use of these different skills that you get. So we got an ice shot. We cannot level it up, but we're gonna equip it here. Yep.
So I'm pretty sure I played Muramasa Rebirth on hard, and it was an adequate challenge.
Yeah.
So I imagine this game is pretty similar.
Yeah. So like I said, you know, I was not necessarily in the mood to like play on hard or anything, so I just chose normal, and I'm not super bothered by it being easy. I know that like some people might be, so you know, just keep that in mind. So you get a ton of these different like magic and skill related things, right? And you have, I mean, you can hit L1 and go here. It'll pause the game, and you can select them that way. You can also register them to different shortcuts.
With the circle button.
So I got my ice. Yeah, I got my ice shot to circle.
Cool.
And it's kind of this like homing attack, sort of.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh. All right, I guess we're gonna fight a mid boss.
There you go. Mid boss time. Get those cyclones. Oh, snap! That's a horse.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's a paladin.
So there's my skill. Oh, wait, you know, whatever. We're gonna juggle him a bit. Use my cyclone. So you can kind of see some more depth here to the combat.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I mean, part of the thing is like, so you can hit R1 to do a roll, and you've got some invincibility frames there. Makes it very, very easy to dodge most attacks. And you can also hold square to block.
Okay.
So you've got like a shield meter, but more often than not, no one's going to be breaking that shield.
Yeah, and you can slide, I think I saw, to break other people's shield.
So you can slide. I can hold down. All right, let's get closer to this guy. I can hold down and square. Well, we'll get it.
Yeah.
Basically, down square is kind of this charge, and you can kind of jump forward and do a bunch of hits consecutively. We got Toxin. Toxin's really good. It just kind of tears into them.
Oh wow!
One thing I like, or we defeated him there. A lot of times, like enemies will pull out vials of their own to either heal or they'll try to like use a cyclone or something like that. And if you hit them enough times, you can just knock it out of their hands.
That's cool.
And pick it up yourself. Yeah.
So they have the same abilities as you have.
Yeah. Yep.
Essentially.
They play by the game's rules, just like you do.
That's awesome.
It's kind of like Dark Souls, Eric.
Everyone has the same rules? Is that how Dark Souls works?
Yeah. Let's plant a mulberry seed.
Of course. How's the, how's like the egregious sexualization?
Very little.
Very little? Okay.
I mean, like, I guess, like, costume-wise, it's kind of there.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn's not that bad. I guess there's one female character later on that is maybe a little more revealing, but it's, like, it is not there at all. I've seen, like, noticed very, very little.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
I mean, I guess, like,
bad.
if you pointed out...
What's up?
Oh,
yeah,
ahead.
I mean, these thong-wearing...
Yeah, I mean, like, you can look at, like, maybe their costume design, but, like, as far as like the writing and any of that kind of stuff, it's non-existent.
Yeah, they're not falling on ice and like waiting for you to pick them up.
No.
With their hand out. In Muramasa Rebirth, I thought it was pretty. It was okay. You know, like there were some scenes in bathhouses.
Oh yeah, I remember that a little bit.
And it wasn't like super sexualized.
Sure.
But I did hear some criticism of Dragon Crown on that front.
Oh, I remember that for sure. I mean, even just that one, yeah. There is an interesting. I mean, I don't want to say anything about it because it's a little bit later on in another character's storyline. There's some interesting stuff in the way that a relationship is formed, we'll say, between a male and female character in this game.
Sure.
That was a little bit different than, like, it's kind of very fairy tale vibe-ish, but they kind of take a different route with it, which I appreciated.
Okay.
I thought was interesting. But like I said, I mean, the story-wise, it's, you know, presentation is killing it.
Yeah.
Loving all this stuff.
But the button mashing?
But it can be, yeah, like it gets a little old. Like I'm at a point where I just kind of want to be finished with the game because I've been doing the same things a lot over and over again. And you know the characters playing, each character controls pretty differently, but I feel like that can only take you so far when you're running through the same environments, fighting the same enemies, you know, over and over again. It gets a little rough. You're doing it like in different orders, and usually you're there under different circumstances, and that's nice, of course. But yeah, and you know, you have some characters that it's like I don't really like playing as this character that much.
Yeah.
And so you know that really is going to depend on your own personal taste. But
do you have a choice as to when you can switch characters? Like, can you play through all of Gwendolyn's story?
You have to play through all of Gwendolyn's story first.
Okay, you have to. So is she like the tutorial?
Yes. I mean, the tutorial ends relatively quick for her. But there's like I was gonna say, yeah, like so Gwendolyn took me about 10 hours to get through.
Oh, I mean that's a significant chunk of time.
That's yeah, and when I finally finished, I was like, oh my god, this game's gonna be really long. All the other characters have taken like 5 and less. So I think part of that is just because I kind of got into the flow of the game, and so you kind of speed up how fast you're able to get through things then, because you kind of understand how it all works now.
And do you skip some things later on? You're like, you know what, I don't need to go to this area.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, the first few characters I didn't skip anything, but I've gotten to a point where there's a couple things. It's like, well, I can always run back and get that if I really want it.
Yeah.
But I know I don't need it. But yeah, so you have to play through the whole character arc. I think there's like a thing maybe at the end where everyone comes together and there's like a little bit left, like more story going on. Maybe to like the culmination of everything. But
is it like the end of Telltale Borderlands game?
Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm not there. So I'm at the very end of the 5th character.
I was trying to bring it in.
I don't know.
Trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Did you get to the end of that game?
I beat it.
Yeah, that was cool, right? With the big mech battle.
Oh, it was great. It was one of my favorite parts of that game. So we are gonna.
Are we moving to the boss?
Take down this boss. Yeah, and we'll end it there. But like I said, you know, I want to go and because I found some resources online that actually puts the whole story together chronologically. So I want to like actually go and read that to see if I can kind of make sense of it and like you probably could hear, it does give you that nice little story arc like I showed earlier, but I don't know, it's presented like completely out of order, and so it can be like not that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right, Citizen Kane.
Yeah, but Odin Sphere is the Citizen Kane.
The Citizen Kane of beat 'em ups.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing at all, but it does kind of make things hard to process, and maybe that changes. Like it could be that the last part of this game kind of puts it all together in a way that's very easy to understand and stuff. But
God, these characters.
That's it. It's a cool game.
Awesome.
Oh, it's great. The art in this is just phenomenal. Like character design, enemy design, everything. It's great.
Who are the Blaze Blue people?
That is Axis, I believe.
Hey, oh yeah, Arc System Works. Axis.
Arc System Works, yes.
Okay. I would say Vanillaware and Arc System Works or Axis, whoever does the actual animation. Best animations in games, period. Those two are like top notch. At least 2D.
Yeah, they're... I just like looking at Vanillaware stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's incredible.
Like, that's the thing, like, this combat, it's the type of thing, like, like I said, I don't really mind that I've not had a difficult time with any of this, and that I can kind of mash my way through this if I wanted to. Like, I can be a little bit more flashy with it, obviously, and maybe it's more interesting to see, you know, stuff like that.
Did you just get bitten? Or eaten?
A little bit. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
But I just like looking at it, because it's real flashy and, like, super cool looking.
Yeah.
You just feel awesome doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that.
And this is available on PlayStation 4 and Vita, right?
And Vita, yeah. So, well, this will be next week on June 7th.
Okay, cross-buy?
Is when this is out. No, it's cross-save, not cross-buy.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course for this stuff from Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's probably, I imagine the Vita version maybe a bit cheaper.
Okay.
Oh, he did eat me there.
And is he spitting armor at you, like from all the heroes that he's eaten in the past?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Nice. That's a good little subtle
it's pretty good.
Storytelling.
It's pretty good. There's like a ton of other mechanics in this game. We're not really deep enough in to show it. There's a lot of like cooking related stuff with food. Like the food stuff gets pretty deep. The craft, like all the crafting and alchemy stuff gets pretty complicated. There's a lot there. This is kind of the very basics of it.
Whoa. That dude's got a serious cape. That's
King Odin.
Oh, you got another Frozen prison, bro.
That's right. This one's a swan.
Cool.
Needle strike.
Cool.
So yeah, there's some leveling up of this stuff, so we can level up our spear, our cipher. Some of these skills are passive as well. I don't know if we've unlocked any one specifically.
Well,
but that also like, kind of tells you
the cipher, the spear.
Oh yeah, so that's your weapon itself. But there's also like, there's some that are like, yeah, this will, anytime you're attacking enemies that are burned. There you go.
Increase damage dealt
burn damage
against foes according to the number in the chain. Yeah.
Yep. And it also like tells you the location. So like the Deep Forest of Elrit. So this is you get this for completing a specific area.
Yeah.
But some of them, like you saw the map, there are actually some hidden rooms that are not displayed on the map that you can find. And so sometimes like if you look at these, they'll give you hints that will maybe point you in the right direction for that kind of stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and save it. You can see my other save file there. Approaching 30 hours.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if we can... If there's anything else that might be worth showing. There's our skills. We've seen that. Equipment. So you can kind of like equip stuff here. Kind of gives you all your stat breakdown. We've seen the story stuff. Text. So like that's all the different stuff we were collecting. So you use like prophecy, alchemy, notes, different recipes. You can collect special stuff. I have this much more filled out in my other save file. But I think that's it. Yeah, and like you noted before, so your playtime is recorded for each specific character, and then you have a total time. So it's a nice little breakdown of stuff. The underneath the gold, those bigger coins where it's like 200, you can use that to spend at restaurants to eat specialty food.
Oh yeah, yep, they do that.
And that will give you an even larger experience boost. So like I said, there's a ton of other systems at work that kind of get explained to you. I guess you're kind of right that Gwendolyn's kind of is a bit of a tutorial in a way. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff here. A lot of like sequences like this where before you go in and do all your fighting, you can talk to different characters and they can tell you different things.
Yeah.
different shopkeepers and stuff like that. So that is Odin Sphere, Leifthrasir?
Leifthrasirs, yes.
Leifthrasirs? Yep. One of those. Eric, thank you for joining me. This game, again, is out June 7th, next week. PS4 and Vita.
Excellent.
Hopefully a review will be up within the next day or so. It's pretty cool.
Good. Looks
pretty
great.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it does. So once again, thanks for joining me, and thanks everybody for watching. And I guess we'll see you around.
Later on.
If you like this or any of our other YouTube videos, subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to support what we do in general, be sure to hop on over to patreon.com/PSNStores. Your patronage helps keep our podcast 100% ad-free. Thanks for watching.